Hi there, this is Griffo. Welcome to my channel. This is griffomedia.com on YouTube. My website is Griffo Media. And earlier this year, I constructed a studio in my garage. We have a child on the way, and the room that I was using in the house was the studio. So as you can see here on the images, this is the construction of a studio, which is soundproofed and fully equipped, carpeted and heated. You can hear them doing the drilling there. And it took about 2 weeks to construct the actual shell of this studio. Used a building company in York called Cooper. And really efficient, actually, really quick in building this. What we decided to do was use one half of the garage and kind of just use that section to the left-hand side of the garage and still use the rest of the garage for kind of storage and other bits and pieces, and it kind of really works well. So I wanted the studio soundproofed and double insulated and also heated, obviously, and I wanted it basically to replicate what I had inside the house, which probably surpasses it. So here are some stills of the actual project. We had a couple of things done at the same time. We had drive done outside as well, and the patio area done with Indian slabs as well. So that was kind of ongoing whilst they were building the studio as well. We used the same team on the entire project. But as you can see, everything was marked out. It was all to specification. But obviously and I found out this whilst we were making this and the construction was coming along, there were things that I wish I would have added. You know, kind of we did sit down and think, what do we actually need in here? I just needed it for a voice booth and somewhere to house my driving rig primarily. And but then, of course, as the construction's happening, you're like, oh, I wish I would have had that, and I wish I would have had that. At one stage, we did inquire about putting in an LED light strip on the ceiling, but disguised with a bit of a trim. And the cost of that was in excess of 850 quid plus VAT. And I'm like, so this is what they created, dude. This room within a room, as it were. So this is a video I did for my mate whilst they were constructing it. Yeah, it's quite spacious, to be honest. Got the spots in, got a heater in. Nice bit of decoration as well. Got plugs all the way around. That's the corner where I'm going to have my mixer, and it's going to be like a long glass double door there, which is double insulated, and the room's double insulated as well. It's going to have LEDs probably around the sides, but there's 6 spots in anyway. Here's Ralph. Hello, dude. Hello. And the desk's going to go there. And my tiles against that wall there, and the desk custom fit in that corner. My driving rig is going to go in that corner there. And then my electronic dartboard on the wall there. And there's room for all my fixtures and fittings and all the tiles and all the acoustics and stuff. Nice though, isn't it, dude? It's quite and then we have a roller garage as well, so that door will come back to there, and it's electric and stuff. But mate, room within a room, not too shabby, eh? Be a nice studio this once it's done, carpeted and stuff. So that was a video I did for my friend because he was really intrigued, because he's in the same industry as me, same business. Not so much voiceovers, but he does do a lot of podcasting, and he has a business doing gaming as well, and he was quite interested to potentially have similar done in his garage at his premises. So I was kind of the dummy run on this. And I sent him regular videos and regular updates, which is quite nice actually when I came to putting this video together for you guys to see how things came along. So obviously it needed acoustic sound, sound protection and soundproofing. So I did a bit of research in that, and we got some guys over to check exactly where to put it so that the different frequencies get absorbed. So we managed this. The desk is going to go below the blue tiles here, and these blue tiles are primarily 4 times as big as the ones that you would generally buy. They're the large ones. So they fitted to the wall there, measured so that the desk would fit just below. And then, of course, you've got the material kind of boxes up on the wall there. Those were purchased, I think, from Studio Care in Liverpool. They're not cheap, but they actually do a great job in isolating bass sounds and different frequencies. And it really does dampen the room. It does make the room really dead when you go in there, even before it was carpeted. And even actually, the door had been fitted, but just prior to the door, you could leave the door open and you could shout in the room and you could really not hear it too much from outside, which is great. So there's no carpet in, as you see there. Just went for white walls, to be honest with you. I think the white and the blue works really well. And in my head, as you'll see as we go on, I got a bit fascinated with LED light strips. And, of course, with the blue LED light strips on the white, with the blue soundproofing, it just really sets the room off. So we're just having a look there. The builder guys fitted these, and they're all measured up properly. The screws, the 3 kind of pyramid screws you can see on the wall, that's there for an electronic dartboard, which I do like to play in my spare time. Soft tip darts, actually. And I'll show you the board in a minute. It's one of Nexus boards. So there we go. There's the door on. I went for full glass on the door. A lot of people would be like, yeah, but sound reflects off the glass. The way the desk is set up, it kind of doesn't really get involved in that. And as you can see, some old equipment kind of lying on the floor in there. And TV I mounted on the wall, so put a sofa in there, as you'll see in the video in a bit, which will be nice in the summer when the Euro 2020's on and we're watching the football. It's nice just to get some decking outside and do that. Right, going in now is my track racer cockpit. I do like to do a bit of racing gaming in my spare time. You can see there I've got all the consoles, Xbox One, PS4, gaming PC, and I had to rebuild it from scratch. So I dismantled it in my old room, and bit by bit, took a bit of time actually, I built it in the corner there. And as you can see, there's some more foam sound acoustic pads on the wall there. I do fit some more grey ones underneath, which look really nice. There's Sega Rally, the old classic. And on my channel, if you follow me on YouTube, you'll see that I quite like racing games. So the desk is in now. This was all done in the same day. It was a long day, it has to be said. So we got the Mika Yellow Take arm there. We got the Neumann TLM 103. Love that. That's what I'm talking on now. And also the Rodecaster Pro, which has multi-uses for me, but primarily I use it as a desk to feed the mic through. And I feed it into a DBX processor, which has a really nice sound. I was using a finalizer for a bit, but I actually prefer the sound from this. And then studio monitors, and I use an iMac as well. Adobe Audition is usually the stuff that I use there. So you can see that set up. Actually, the Neumann now is facing up, so I can see the screen. I kind of changed that. But if you've got Mika arms, mic arms, and you're aware of what Mika do, they're great. They're fully adjustable, and most radio stations do have them. And so do the recording studios. Bauer headphones. You can see now the LED light strip fascination is well and truly taken over. The room is now carpeted, and it's fully there, set up to do voice sessions and bits and pieces. I had a little Newmark mixer in there at one point, and then I updated that, which will appear in some of these later photographs. But as you can see there, I was using use of some of my old grey foam tiles, just kind of symmetrically making them look nice on the walls. Used a adhesive spray on those, and it just, I think it sets the room off, actually. Yeah, it looks really nice. It's nice that it's heated. Got the Herman Miller chair in there, the old Studio Faithful. Doesn't creak. It's just really heavy duty and a smooth chair to have in the studio. And the chaotic eyeball that you can see on top of the printer to the right of the mixer in these videos was something that I was using in my old studio because I just needed that extra bit of isolation. So I don't need to use that anymore. And in terms of internet, I've got the wireless mesh. Spot the Moretti. I've got the wireless mesh going on. We get BT kind of Ethernet straight into the back of the iMac, and I get about 70 meg out in the studio, which, to be honest with you, is ample. I can stream and do all the necessary voice sessions, and there's never any breakup. Even better when the garage door is open, but even when I close that, I'm still knocking about 55 meg, which is not bad, actually, because the distance of this is not too far away from where the router is positioned, and I do daisy chain off one of those discs that's actually in the kitchen window. You can see there I'm using using a little Amazon Echo. It's the Echo Show 5, that. And it gives me the CCTV to my Nest cameras, so when I'm doing a session, I can actually keep an eye on the house, etc., and see everything's all right, or if somebody's coming round to call or whatever. There's the Nexus Target dartboard, and those of you into darts and soft tip electronic darts, that's got like a built-in Android tablet. And you can play people all around the world. Some of the Target players like Phil Taylor and that go on there. I was testing out the sound one night and having a bit of an 80s fest in there and a game of darts. As you can hear Jermaine Stewart playing. We don't have to take our clothes off. This just gives you an idea. This was the first weekend I actually did some work in the studio. So I was just testing out the sound and the acoustics. Having a pint as well, and then I had the footy on. So it's a nice little man cave, in fairness as well, but don't tell the wife that. There's me on my first voice session in the studio. I think I was doing that one for SCS, which is the furniture stores. You hear my voice in stores. And yeah, LED light fascination kicked in there, and I thought, right, okay, let's get LEDs for the outside. When I've got the mic live, it goes red, so the kids and wife and the dog don't enter, because I need total sound isolation. And I find them quite effective, actually, and, you know, quite cheap if you get the right ones from Amazon, but they've got to be the right ones as well. So there we have it. That is my studio. I'm going to probably conclude this video with a video that kind of says it all. So here is the finished project, and if I want to do a session, I just come out here, hit the remote, garage door goes up. Not only have I got my studio in here and a little area to watch TV in the summer, I've also got my little bar over there as well, which is always handy with a blade machine. Always good when the guys come around, game of pool and stuff. Here's the studio. Become a little bit fascinated with LED light strips, in fairness, but it does add effect. So this is it, yeah, soundproof studio. It's really nice and dead with the great acoustic treatment that I've got up, as you can see in a lot of the pictures. You're probably bored of seeing that now. So obviously, yeah, Neumann set up nicely, soundproof, the Mac. Use a Rodecaster Pro actually with the processor going through, and it sounds really nice. I do use a little clock there, Alexa, gives me view of the, what do you want? Gives me a view of what's going on CCTV wise whilst I'm doing a session. And I've got the garage door down, got my track racer cockpit there. For those who've subscribed to my YouTube channel, Griffo Media, will know that that supplies a lot of content for my channel because I love doing racing games. As you can see, fair collection of them there. Gaming PC and all the consoles and stuff. Go check out my channel if you want to see some vids. The electronic dartboard, a lot of people asking about that. It's a Target Nexus, which has a built-in tablet computer. And that's a lot of fun in downtime. It's fully heated, fully carpeted, insulated. Any questions, comments below, guys. But that is it. That's Griffo Media, the studio, outdoor studio, which is in my double garage. Yeah, good result, I would say. Thanks for checking out the channel, guys. I'm just going to dim the lights here so you can see my LED fascination has paid off, because it looks quite nice with the LED light strips, I think. Oh, yes, they are everywhere. Thanks for watching.